So when I line up my rings, I have it mounted in the cold jaws on the lathe, and I have these blocks in here as spacers so I can get a clamp on right here once I get it lined up. And I'll index it with the number 1 right there, and I go 300 or 180 degrees around, 180 degrees around, and I'll put me number 2. And on this one, being it's the base ring and the first multi-species ring, really all I'm trying to line up is overlapping the joints on the rings, just so I can have it kind of somewhat neat. So that's what we're going to do here. It'll take a moment, but it's not too bad. This will line up pretty quick. Yeah, so so I'll hold the base as still as possible. Then I'll rotate a few over, and I'll lock it in again. Yeah, that may be it there. It might look pretty good. That's pretty good. I've got the seam on the ring, number 1, pretty much centered up on the ring number 2 there. So once I get it to a spot that I like, I'll index it just like that, and I'll put me a 1 there. And I'll come around and yeah, where'd that go? Right here, number 2. And I'll put me a line like that. And then I'll draw a line around it. Yay. And I'll pull it back and apply some glue to it in that area of the line. And there's my number 2 there. And I'll smear that around there like that. And I'll line up my indexing marks, lock the tailstock in, line up my indexing marks. Get a little of the excess off, so I can see my lines and double check things. So I don't just use the pressure from the tailstock. I like to actually apply clamp pressure. And so let's see how I can get this on here. There we go. So I can get a couple small clamps on here, 1 on each side. And then I will release the cold jaws and pull the tailstock back, and I'll finish clamping it. Let's see here, we'll release the cold jaws. There we go. Pull it back. Let those 2 clamps hold it in place while I apply some more clamps. And I will take the 2 smaller clamps out of the way. And finish clamping it all with large clamps. Spaced out here. I think I get a much more even clamp pressure using the individual clamps than I do just using the pressure of the tailstock screwed up against it. This is how I've learned to do it anyway. In about 30 minutes, I'll come on and I'll come back and we'll apply another ring. Just repeat this process till I get 3 or 4 of them built out. Then I'll turn the inside.